Bidding for IPL media rights has finally ended, with IPL gaining 2.5 times more than the last auction in 2017 to make it one of the most successful leagues across the world. Tweeting on the huge boost to the bid price, BCCI's Jay Shah says the revenue generated will help strengthen India's domestic cricket structure at the grassroots levels. Utkarsh Chaturvedi joins us with all the details.
Well, the big numbers for the IPL media rights are finally out, tweeted by Jay Shah. What do they say? They first of all speak about the fact that if you look at per match value, IPL is the second most valued sports league. Now let me speak about how much is the number standing. The number in total is standing at 48,390 crores. Television rights, India, go to Disney Star, that means Star Sports, that is 23,575 crores. And then Viacom 18 has backed digital rights for both the exclusive and non-exclusive matches, and that is at 23,758 crores. So now the monopoly of one player is no more there. You'll have a different digital player, you'll have a different TV player. And then Viacom and Times Internet differently have backed TV rights for other international markets. And with this, the package C, which is non-exclusive, around 3,273 crores, and the digital rights is 20,000 crores, and that is why around 23,758 is what Viacom is giving in total. But the total amount is 48,390, and this is unimaginable. Many people were speaking about the fact that IPL as a league, the numbers are going down. It might not sustain. The league is longer. Now give us with 10 players. Nothing of that sort is happening. In fact, IPL is growing by every day.
You know, the other big takeaway is that digital rights are now being valued at more than broadcast rights. Is that a sign of the times? Harish Bijoor is joining us on the show to break down the IPL numbers. Harish, we've been having so many conversations through the years on the kind of valuation the IPL is bringing in. And here people have actually put their money where their mouth is. They're willing to bet big on the continued and growing interest in this format for the next 5 years.
Yes, absolutely. We've been discussing this for a while. And we've always been talking about anything between 40 to 50,000 crores in terms of valuation. The big items for me are four in number. First, if you really look at season 1 and 2008, we were talking about a valuation of 13.6 crore per match. That in 10 years grew to 55 crore per match, which meant a 4x in 10 years. The third number we have is what we have for today, which is to say in 5 years, it's grown to 107.5 crores from 55 crores. That is 2x in 5 years. Now, what's next? It's obvious. That's point number one. This is the coming of age of sports broadcast media in the country. The second point is really that digital and TV are going neck and neck, in fact, digital ahead, because when it comes to cricket, we're going to have two constituencies. One is on the go India, which is digital. That's overtaken the in-home India, which is the rest of India. The third point is there are only two go-to names for IPL now. And that's, at least on the top two list of, Pack A and Pack B, Sony and Viacom 18. The fourth thing, last point, is that this is good for all genre of channels in the country, because what sports media does tends to affect GCs and every other medium there is.
So who are the real winners here? I want to break it down by players. So Disney Star had everything last time round, right? This time round, they have lost the digital rights, which was the reason for Hotstar in being in the position it is today, at the top of the heap. Considering that digital viewership is growing larger, do you think that this is not perhaps the best outcome for the incumbent, so to speak?
Yes, that's an absolute point. Because if you really ask me, the one who is not holding digital rights is the loser. And the one who is holding digital rights is possibly the gainer. Because please note the step up from 23 to 24, 74 matches, from 25 to 26, 84 matches, and possibly in 27, 94 matches. By the time you step up every year, digital viewership is going to deepen and widen. So I think the point is totally there.
Now, if they are the sort of, I wouldn't say losers, they've got the broadcast rights, and a lot of Indians still watch it on TV. Most of the revenue is with broadcast, by the way, more than digital. I think 70% of the revenue is
Absolutely.
still with broadcast, so that's where the money
Yeah.
is. But talking about the
Yeah.
digital rights in Viacom 18, now what is going to be the strategy here? Because they don't have a great popular app like the Hotstar app. They have Woot right now. Do you see them building on that platform, creating a new platform? I mean, they have to be ready to really deal with the kind of traffic that live digital broadcast of the IPL brings.
I would give a lot of attention to Woot because at the end of the day, over the last 4 years at least, there's been build-up, which has been gradual. Now is the time to say that, hey, I've got this brilliant property, which is going to bring in eyeballs from all over. And look at broadcast value as well. Broadcast value, if you assess over the years, is deepening on digital and at a pace which is quite phenomenal. So by the time we come to 2027, expect broadcast values to even out. The 72 versus 28 is likely to be maybe 61 versus 39. And that's where the focus on Woot is something you and I can watch, wait, and witness.
I mean, now, Harish, will these guys make money after all of that investment?
This is
Because
the tough one.
you're also betting
Yeah.
on the economy growing to that extent, advertising revenue going to that extent, and if this is a static pie, that means all of the money or most of the money goes towards the IPL, starving everything else.
Yeah, IPL representation, for instance, in broadcast terms, is going to be about 72% of the total when it comes to sports media. And when it comes to all media, I mean, it's a worry because, it's seasonal. It's about, 70 and odd matches, and it happens once in a while. A lot of brands put in as much as 60% of their media budgets onto IPL, which means only 40 remains for everyone else. Now, if you look at the way things are going, it's a sucker punch for brands because this kind of inflation on broadcast costs is going to mean that brands are going to have lesser money. The limited money that they have is going to buy lesser. And therefore, brands might even reconsider moving funds out of IPL, onto other channels, but at their own detrimental cost. But that's an evaluation which comes up. So a lot is going to happen. Every year is going to dictate things differently. At the end of the day, only time will prove it. In 2027, when people are going to sit down and look at the bottom lines, that's when we'll realize whether this is a lot of financial optics at play or is it real financial bottom line economics at play.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Harish, for joining us. So the IPL action will continue, and it really is coming of age for Indian sports broadcast, as you mentioned. We'll have to see what the ripple effect is going further down.